welcome to the Crafty Creators community. I am Michelle with Design&Vine. Mute the TV. I don't know how to do it on this one, so there we go. Okay, I'm going to try to pin that. There we go. So we have a pinned message with Crafty Peep's link. She is up next after me, and I am going to go ahead and get started. Go ahead and get started. So I need to put my camera facing down, and what I have, oh, I meant to put another link. Let's see if I can do this real quick. I am going to put the link to where I got these materials, and that is in the description. It says Designs by Dina, and that is her website. Oops. There we go. That is her website, and hello Bethwin. So what I have here, I have a wagon that has interchangeable parts, and I recently ordered the, probably about a month ago now, the Welcome Spring kit that goes with the wagon, and it has a watering can pot. I don't know. It has the little sign that goes in the front, and it has 2 flowers, and then a shovel and the words Welcome Spring. I have my colors picked out, and I'll tell you what they are as I go. And I also used I think I put it away already. I used cardstock for the base of my flowers and my watering pot. I used polka dots on the, this is from the Paper Studio, which is, I almost said Home Depot, Hobby Lobby, and I had a piece of this floral remaining. This is also Paper Studio. I used that for one of the flowers, and then the other flower, I used this gingham green, and this is just a smaller version that I also picked up Paper Studio at Hobby Lobby, and this is also Hobby Lobby shiplap, and this is Paper Studio as well. Okay, so what I tried to do is match colors so that I could get pinks and yellows and greens. I'm actually, this is called Dutch Aqua, this paint right here, and I'm doing one of the top layers of the flowers in that. This one will be yellow. The watering can will be pink. This part of the shovel will be silver, this folk art metallic silver. The words Welcome Spring will either be pink, aqua, or this purple. I'm not using this purple in anything else, so I'm not sure if I'll use it for Welcome Spring, but I have it near the things that I want to paint, and I already stained this with Americana Walnut gel stain because I was afraid that would take a little longer to dry. So this is already painted, and I did do both sides on the shovel because I thought maybe you could see it from both sides. And I already put, because I figured it would take me a while, I put the shiplap on the sign, and Welcome Spring is going to go on here. And I had to get the holes out of there, and I just wasn't sure how long that was going to take. Also, cutting these 3 out of the cardstock took me about 45 minutes. So I knew I only had an hour, and I went ahead and started Mod Podging. And I'll show you how to get the cardstock on here once. And this is Paper Studio too. You can see there that the green gingham is Paper Studio. So this is Mod Podge in my bowl, and all I do is go over the flour. Oh, I should probably back up for a second and tell you how I got the flour cut out. So basically, I take the piece of cardstock and I lay my flour on the back side. So I lay it on the side that does not have the print, and I just trace it with a pencil, and then I go around and cut it out.
What's the name of the purple?
The purple is Wisteria. It's a really pretty purple. And it's Apple Barrel. Apple Barrel Wisteria. So I'm using Mod Podge to get, before it dries, I want to make sure I turn it over and make sure that all of the petals are covered by the paper. So I'm just going to kind of slide it around a little bit, take a paper towel and wipe any excess off the back. So I'm going to let that dry. So as long as I can see white around the edges, we're going to take and sand off any excess in a moment. So I'm going to put those 2 aside. I'm going to bring this flour over, and we're going to Mod Podge the front of this as well, and then stick our paper to it. This is actually the first time I'm using this brush. It's a Mod Podge brush, and I bought these about a year ago, and my son just came across them today, and I was like, why am I not using that? I use Mod Podge all the time. Why am I not using that? So I'm breaking it in this evening.
Do you like special Mod Podge?
I do, actually. It's spreading it rather nicely. It's yeah, it's like the bristles on it are really meant for Mod Podge. It's giving me a nice thin layer and taking off the excess. I threw my paper towel away already. So I have to say, so far, this is my first time using it. I do like it. There it is. Okay. Hopefully it cleans up well, right? So I'm just gonna eyeball this, and then I'm gonna turn it around and make sure I can slide it so that all of the petals, I can see excess paper on the other side. And then we just sand that off. I also tried for the very first time today. I was able to finally find one of these Walmart sanders, little handheld sanders. It is fabulous for this type of work. It's so easy. So I'm going to let these dry, and I'm going to go ahead and get started with the painting, because then we have to glue all of this together. The Mod Podge brushes, I've seen them in multiple places. I've seen Walmart has them, Target has them. I got mine at Hobby Lobby, simply because I was there one day picking up Mod Podge, and they were right near the Mod Podge. So I held it upside down before. I It has a bright pink, like a neon, it looks red in the camera, but it has a neon pink handle on it. I don't think we need the Mod Podge anymore. So, I'm actually gonna just toss that right in my water over there. I'm gonna take my little plate and I'm gonna put a little tiny bit of silver, and I'm gonna use a brush that I've already used. Okay. I'm just gonna dry it off real quick in a paper towel. It's nice and clean. And I'm just gonna, I have this on this board because they're being held still by this masking tape that I just rolled over on itself. It makes painting these tiny pieces really easy, and you don't get all the different colors that you're using all over your hands. And I just really appreciate this method of painting these little pieces. I use this, just a cutting board from the Dollar Tree with masking tape to hold down the pieces. So this is going to be the 3 pieces. These are going to be the 3 pieces of my shovel. I may give this another coat when this is dry. I kind of want it to have a rougher look than what it has. I may add a little bit of black and white, like with a dauber. I'm not sure yet. Now, I see Dina all the time use makeup sponges, and I have these little dauber sponges. So I'm going to use these two, and also this came with these. This came in a kit with sponge brushes and all these different size daubers, and then these little, it almost has like a makeup tip, like a makeup sponge type tip in it with a wood handle. They all came in the same package, and I believe I grabbed these at Walmart. So I guess I'm gonna do the pink next, because I need to decide what color I'm gonna do. I'm kind of liking this Dutch Aqua, and I'm thinking I might do Welcome Spring in that color. This one is Folk Art Vintage Tea Rose, and I'm gonna use the dauber for this one. So I'm just gonna put some on. I'm not even really gonna dab it off. And this is going to go on the outside, the trim of my watering pot. This is easier to use than a brush. I had a little bit too much on that, but this is just gliding right over this. And it's not like doing a whole bunch of excess that's leaking down the sides or anything, so it's kind of nice. I did actually break the spout on this. I went to pick it up off of the tape earlier, and these little pieces break really easy, but I just used the glue that I'm going to use to hold this all together is DAP Rapid Fuse. If you can see that without my light there. DAP, D-A-P, Rapid Fuse. Hey everybody. Hi Gia. Hi Tammy. That's what I'll be using to hold all of this together. It dries within 45 seconds. This I know for sure because I had it all over my fingers last week. And it comes off with acetone polish remover. So no fear if you do glue your fingers together. Now, I wasn't going to use these 2 pieces. Sometimes they're just throwaways, but the person that carves the wood with their Glowforge will include them because it helps keep things steady. Like, it'll come completely together when you get it, and like the little pieces will all be in there. I've seen it without, where you let the paper in the background just come through the centers, and I've also seen it with, like, in opposite colors. So I was thinking about, if I do this one in the Dutch Aqua, then I could bring in some pink over here by doing the center in pink. So I think I'm going to do that because the paper behind this flower, behind this flower is actually flowers. So I'm going to go ahead. I don't have any tape behind this because I wasn't going to use them originally. But I'm just going to dab that a little bit with some pink paint and let that dry. And I think that's it for the pink, but I'm going to keep my little dauber in the paint over here. For the yellow, which is Apple Barrel Pale Daffodil, I love daffodils. My mother loved daffodils too, and she just really enjoyed it. It was like the first sign of spring. You see the daffies pop up all over the place, and they're really, really big around here in North Carolina. You see them everywhere. They're really easy to plant, just like tulips. You just you take your little shovel, stick it in the dirt, pull the dirt aside. You don't even have to make a hole or anything. You just toss in a few tulip bulbs and push it back over. And I had planted, gosh, like 150 tulip bulbs around our mailbox one year, and they came up that following spring. I think you plant them in the fall, and then the bulbs blossom in the spring, and it was so beautiful. Everyone going for walks in our neighborhood when we had that house would stop and go, "Oh my gosh, your tulips are so pretty." And you would think 150, that's overkill, but like when you're putting 3 bulbs in each hole, and when they come up and they're like all real close to one another, it just looks so beautiful. So it's real easy to do. I think it took me like maybe an hour, but I don't garden that much anymore because I have bad knees. They've got all kinds of cool things now where you can sit on benches and kneel on really soft things now and stuff. So I'm thinking I might try to give it a try again. But they came up every year for a while. They crossbreeded within themselves, and they would come up like the next year. The ones that were just white the year before would have little streaks of pink or yellow in them because I had done all different color bulbs, and it was just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I didn't even know that flowers like bred like that. Until it actually happened, because I planted so many different colors in that one small area. They were just kind of like, "Hey, how are you? I'm fine. Okay, I'll catch you next year." And all these beautiful mixed colors came up the following year, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is even better." Yes. Oh, that's what causes the crossbreeding? Oh, you hear that? Joe's coming at me with some knowledge over there. Okay. So we're doing this one in yellow. So I'm probably going to do the center. Let's see, what color is this again? This is the, I'm going to do this one in Dutch Aqua, the center, I believe. All right. So I'm going to put this here, and then we're going to go with the Dutch Aqua next. Let me shake it up. 20 minutes in. I have some other stuff I can show you if I finish early, but I don't think I'm going to. So you really don't, do you see the amount of paint that I'm using? Very, very little, very little. So I am going to do the letters in this Dutch Aqua, and I'm going to try this little makeup, like that's what it is. It's like an eyeshadow applicator. That's what it looks like, and that's what it feels like too. I knew it was related to makeup. Oh yes, this is working perfectly for these skinny little letters. You should see that pop off the board in a second. I apologize, there's paint all over my board, and it kind of makes it hard to see. But this method comes in so handy. And if you make a mess, it stays right on the board. Even though I have paper underneath, it's kind of hard to stick the masking tape to the paper, and then it kind of moves some. So this way here, It's wiggling a little, but it's staying right where it needs to be for me to paint it. Oh my gosh, this little eyeshadow thing is like perfect for these letters. I'm gonna have to share that with Dina. So Designs by Dina was on yesterday, I believe. I believe she was the first one, if I'm not mistaken. Dina was on yesterday with her husband Kenny, and what did they make? Do you remember, Tammy? Oh, they made tulips, like 3-dimensional or 2D. I don't know if that's 2D or 3D. Tulips in little planters. They came out really cute. So yeah, she did the tulips. And then I think, Tammy, you did tulips too. You did yours with cardstock. And you did a couple of other things. You amaze me. I watch you and you're like pumping out all these different projects, and I'm like, wow, I'm lucky to get one done. How does she do that? How does she do that? So Dina has 2 Glowforge machines. They're setting up the second one. They just got the second one. She has Glowy Girl, and now they have a boy, I guess. They're calling it a boy, and they're looking for a name for it. They named their Glowforge machine Glowy Girl, and now they're looking for, which is really cute, Glowy Girl. I mean, she's adorable. Her voice is adorable. She's cute. It's like, how do you not watch them and like them? Were they 3D? Okay, yeah. Okay. So this isn't working as well for this. So I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to grab like a bigger sponsor because it's a bigger flower, and you can see now I'm just kind of gliding around. I might need a little more paint for this one. This Dutch Aqua is really pretty. It's kind of all the rave right now, this Dutch Aqua. Everybody's saying they can't find it, but if you get online, it's there. It's there. I had some, so only because I like this color. The greens and teals and aquas are like in my favorite category. I mean, I just like colors. But I tried to do this in some springier colors. I tend to do more neutrals and more. I'm trying to stray from that, and I even tend to do black and white more. And then neutrals too, so. All right, so I have that little circle left, and it's going in here. I think I am gonna do it this color. Hopefully it doesn't clash with the color on the paper, but you know what, if it does, I'll just repaint it. So you see how it doesn't stay as I'm trying to paint this? That's where the masking tape comes in really handy. And I'm only giving this one coat. I'm going in now and taking off stuff that I see that's a little extra around the edges. I just missed a spot there. Missed a spot there. Make sure I didn't miss anything on the letters. So you really only need one coat on these, and you don't have to do all the sides and edges. It kind of gives it a shadow effect if you leave it dark, like the wood. The wood is kind of burned from being cut with the laser, and it kind of gives it a shadow effect, and I like that. So yeah, I'm going to go over this little circle again. And see, it got all over me because I didn't have it on the masking tape. All right, so now I'm just going to take a minute and work on this to try to give it more of a, I used my shovel look. Let's see. Get this paint off my fingers real quick. Alright. So I'm gonna grab. Say what? I didn't hear you, I'm sorry. the shovel? Is that what she's saying? Hmm?
I don't know what she was saying.
Oh,
Using a palette knife on the top.
On all of this, that would work too. Or do you mean just the shovel, Bethwyn? One of these, right? So that would, you could work with that. I'm kind of awkward with the palette knife. The only thing I can get to really work well with it is if I'm doing a frame and I go along the edge. I guess that's the same thing, but so I'm just gonna, how do I want to do this? I'm gonna take a really skinny brush and I'm gonna kind of probably, let me see if I can wash the blue out of this. No, that's not going to work. I think these are like one-time use type things. Yeah, that just saturated it more. So I'm going to take this black. This is just apple barrel pavement, it's called. It's like a grayish black. It's really dark though. I'm going to take it with a little bit of silver. I'm going to kind of grunge this a little bit, if I can. Maybe along the edges. And get a baby wipe and, well, not a baby wipe, but a, just kind of,
Hi, Robin.
hi Robin. I'm going to get a baby wipe real quick. Not a baby wipe, I keep saying that. Handy thing, whatever they're called. One of these. Clorox wipe. I'm gonna kind of wipe off a little what I did. I may need to add some silver again. Because I do want it a little bit shiny in spots. I think that looks a little better. So that was my goal for that, to just kind of grunge it up a little. Now let me dry these, and then we'll sand these down. It is. I love little things. My mama did too. You know who does a lot of little things like this, besides Dina, of course? Thanks, Robin. Watered down black for patinaing. Patinaing silver things. Really? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess that's why I took the wipe to it too, to kind of give it a little watery effect. But Amanda Made on Facebook, she does the tiniest little things. It's amazing. Also, not Jimmy Lou. Is it Cindy Lou? Cindy Lou, I think. And I don't remember her business name, but Cindy Lou. Hi, Robin. Cindy Lou. Wow, way to go. 1,000 subs. That's awesome sauce. Congratulations. Hi, Tina. Wow. That's amazing. I did a happy dance when I hit 100 a week ago. Imagine what, my happy dance would look like with 1,000. I might have to go live and dance. Congratulations, that's amazing. So when you lift these up, that's when they have the potential. You have to be really careful to break. Especially the really thin, like the words and the thin wood right here. Watch how this all comes together. It's so stinking cute. So cute. I love these two colors together. I should have done yellow on this for the inside of that to flip-flop the flowers, but I kind of wanted to bring the pink over too and kind of tie it all together. Alright, so while I let that dry the rest of the way, I'm going to take and put this aside for a second. Somewhere over the rainbow where I have space. Somewhere. Joe smiled at me. He's like, yeah, good luck with that. This thing is so cool, guys. I know it's like, oh, it's just something else to add to my craft room or my already crowded area of space in my home. But it is so comfortable to hold, and just the stuff comes off so easy. I mean, Bethwin, if we looked awkward before, this thing makes it so easy. And I'm just going around each petal here and taking off the excess. And if I can't get deep down in there, which I'm not able to really do, without risking tearing something, I'll use a fingernail file. So these petals are obviously different than something that's straight edge like that. I literally did this in like a minute. Handle and all. It's so comfortable to hold, and it, like, you're not holding the actual, like if it's a sanding block and your hands are on that gritty sanding block, it's just so much easier. And it's comfortable. It's got these little divots in it for your fingers. Oh, look, I got paint on mine already. But that's okay. Oh, and it has interchangeable, like, if I didn't want to do, it has 3 different grits. It comes with all of these. It has, this is the softest, this is the roughest, the green one, and then it has this orange one. Yep, this is 120 grit. This is upside down 220 grit, and this is going to probably be 80. 80. It goes down. The coarser it gets, the more it goes down. And I actually cut a piece of this one off because I was trying to get into these tiny holes right here, but it didn't work.
What section is that sanding?
Okay, good question. It is in Walmart, down by the big paint cans. There's a section that has like the key that you use to open paint cans and stuff like that. It has paint brushes, just like some specialty tools that you might use for like edging tools and corner tools and things like that if you're a professional painter. That's where I found this, and I think it was $5.97 if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure. I didn't open this today, so I don't remember off the top of my head, but it wasn't that expensive, and it comes with all those little pads. So nice. So, and this one is lasting me all through this project at least, so it's not like they're cheap little pads or anything. I am going to need my fingernail file on this, though. And I had a lighter green. I had a lighter green gingham, more like a buffalo. Check, this one's going to be difficult. Oh, that bubbled a little. That's okay though. Bubbles are fine. Wrinkles. So there's not a lot extra on here, which is good. But this one's going to be a little more difficult to get down in those little triangles. I don't know if I still have the packaging for it. Let me see. Oh, I do. It's called the Gator Gator Zip Micro Small Area Sanding Kit. It's in a green package like this. I'm surprised that was still in there. So I don't know if you can see that. Gator. My light is kind of shining on it, sorry. Gator Zip Micro Small Area Sanding Kit. Cool. Just grab my fingernail file. Yep, gets right down in that. These are designated crafting fingernail files. It's right down in that little corner there. The designated fingernail files. Although if you break a nail while crafting, it comes in handy, right? Watch my water cup over there. So this flower is just very, it's got a lot of curves, and the little triangles are hard to get into, so that's why I grabbed this. Because you can see that's like, I don't know, it's not wider, but this, like you can turn it. It doesn't have the bulk this way. And look at that pattern. Isn't that adorable? You know what it reminds me of? My mom had, when I was a little girl, we had sheet sets that had the little tiny, they were called something. The pattern was called something. But it had little tiny pink flowers all over it. Did you all have bed sheets like that when you were little? Yeah. I knew this was going to take me the whole time because of the gluing everything together. But thank you. I needed that time check. Awkward to hold too. If it were a napkin, I could burn it and be done by now. But because it's cardstock, and cardstock is not as nicely burned, I wonder if it would still work. So this is a better grit on here. It comes right off with this. You just can't get down deep into those little corners. It should be horrible if I broke this at this point. I'm kind of being rough with it. This thing is called Zip Micro Sanding Kit. It's a kit because this comes here and it comes with different grits of sandpaper. So it's a kit. Gator is the brand. Zip is the tool. Zip Micro. Like Zippo lighter. Zip. Favi! Hi, Favi! How are you? Pretty girl. We're getting there. We are getting there. I'm making a mess. Ooh, look at my nice black shirt getting all over me. Where's my apron? Sarah gave me an apron and I'm not wearing it. Oh, yeah. No, he's fine. I got him. I can see him popping up over here. Okay. So when I turn it on the other side, I can see the ones that I've missed. Go downstairs and eat, puppies. And it doesn't have to be perfect because remember we're putting that frame on it. I mean, you don't want it to look junky, of course. You want it to look finished. And I'll probably even go in at some point and paint the back just because it'll give it a more finished look. So I think we're good. I'm gonna take my little vacuum here. Saw Shanna, the Crafts by Shanna, DIY Craft decorated her little vacuum, and I thought that was so cute. All right, let's get this put together. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab my DAP glue one more time on this. Let's see. Let me show it front ways. Hopefully it won't reflect too much there. Gator Zip Micro Small Area Sanding Kit. Okay, and that's what it comes with. And I'm not a Walmart affiliate or anything like that, so I don't even know if you can be. All right, what did I? Oh, they're over here. So I'm gonna bring these back in, and they're dry. They're all dry. Everything is dry. And I'm just gonna take off carefully all of the pieces, very carefully on this one. I broke it once already. Okay. They are repairable. I have a seesaw with 2 bunnies that broke in a weird area during shipping, and I had to message the person and let them know it wasn't Dina's, it was someone else, but I couldn't fix that one, so I'm hoping to get another one. And these are just stained with walnut gel stain. And I've got my board with even more colors on it, ready for next time. Alright, so I don't cross-contaminate colors here. I'm just going to wipe off my hands real quick. And then we're going to DAP glue this all together. I've got 15 minutes. And I can maybe show you another one that I have that I'm going to work on probably tomorrow sometime. Alright. So this is DAP Rapid Fuse. And I need to put my camera back down, but this is the glue that I'm going to be working with. There we go. Alright. So I've got my shovel. Let me show you. This bottle is really cool because of these little side things. That's your squeezer for the tube that's in the black part. So it makes it so easy. And I feel like it's different from this one because this bottle, even though it's the same product, this bottle, if you leave the cap off, it just kind of oozes out. This one doesn't do that. So there's something different behind the scenes on this one that I really, really like. And I may at some point try to empty this one into this bottle because I like the container on this. I need to let them know. And there we go, trying to squeeze the bottle, but let me hold this up so you can see. I'm just squeezing the sides, and this is a gel, and it's not that difficult to squeeze. I have hardly any strength in my thumbs and wrists. So, This goes right over the top here, and it will dry within 45 seconds. And you want to put it in the middle so that you're not having it ooze out the sides. You don't want to put too much, and it will hold really well. I'm trying to get it centered. Let me put my glasses on. Okay. That's better. I can see now. Yeah, that's good. And then, yep, it's dry. So whether it's good or not, we're there. Then I'm just going to take the other part of the handle, and that goes right in there like that. And I'm going to put my rapid fuse on that. Move that aside. So I'm just going to put a tiny bead in each corner here. A little bit more there. And then I'm just going to come down. And set that right in there and make sure that it's centered. Hold it in place. Until it's dry. Someone said, really? I think they're so long and bony and wrinkly. Oh, they're like my mom's, so I can appreciate them for that.
Someone said they love that too. They have a hard time squeezing the E6000.
Yeah, this is much easier, and it dries. It's rapid. It's called rapid fuse because it dries within 45 seconds, so you don't have to, let it dry for 48 hours or 24 hours, whatever it is. So I'm going to put Welcome Spring on here next. And it just barely fits. And because my wagon was used previously for winter and fall, I already have these little hook things that go in here. Painted white, so I'm just leaving them on there. This kit came with another set of these, but I just leave it on here because to try to take them off, it kind of scuffs it up a little. But I love this little wagon. I think it's so cute.
Hero said she loves the colors of prints you chose.
Thank you. See, I'm so used to squeezing a bottle that I keep going to do that, and I keep forgetting. So on this, I'm just going to grab the fat areas of the letters, kind of where the letters connect, and then I'll go back and get the tops and the bottoms with just tiny little dabs here and there, because it's going to dry fast, so you got to work fast, and you can't get each letter like precisely perfect. And you want to try to avoid getting it on your hands. So I'm just eyeballing it, centering it, and it does dry clear, so anything that you do see oozing there. But old habits die hard. My goodness, I keep trying to squeeze that bottle. Anyway, you can see how fragile these letters are. They're so thin, so thin. So you really have to be careful with these, even after they're painted, but even before they're painted, they're even more fragile. So there wasn't a lot between the letters here, so I'm kind of having to go in different areas for the spring. I love this font though. Isn't that cute? How cute is that? Okay. Let's do this next. I probably should use my bottle. I don't think that the bottle is gel. Let's see. Bonds virtually everything. Yeah, let me show you the difference. So this is not gel, so I can't actually use it with that. And this literally will pour out if I squeeze too hard. If I can even get it to come out at this point. There it goes. Actually, it looks more like a gel, but this is the stuff that I got stuck on my fingers the other day, so I want to be really careful. And I am going to go around all the edges on this, just very thin. very light. You can even dab it. And then just lay that right on top and get it positioned. Try not to get your fingers attached to it. And it is going to dry quick, so you want to make sure you line it up as good. It doesn't have to be perfect though. You're going to see probably it'll show a little bit around the edges there. I'm just afraid of the glue, that's all. All right, let's do this flower next. And this is more like E6000, where you kind of need two hands to, there we go. So I'm just gonna go around the bigger petals here, and then maybe around that center circle. And then get it positioned on that flower as quickly as possible. If you miss a tiny spot, don't worry about it, just keep going. Keep going. Down and lined up as quickly as possible. So the only downside is how quickly it dries. So it's kind of sort of like a super there went my fingers.
Don't touch it.
I'm trying not to. Okay, so that does match. That aqua paint, Dutch aqua, matches this cardstock, so that's going to look pretty in there. I'm just going to go in the immediate center on this one because that'll spread out when I lay it down. Oh gosh. There we go. Okay, and last one. It's dry now, so I can't glue my fingers back together. I didn't actually glue them together. I just kind of got some glue and tissue on my fingers, and it took acetone to kind of start to wear it down, break it up. And it took a good 12 hours for it to really come off all the way, but it came off, so. And you can use a wood glue like Type Bond. It just takes longer to set. And I guess I'm not a patient girl, so I risk gluing my fingers just to get that quick result. Oh, perfect, perfect. And then we have our pink center on this one. But you know what? Before I glue like last time, I'm going to make sure I get it in the right direction. I think that's correct. So I'm going to flip it this way and then flip it back around. Get some glue right in the center. Flip it back around. And get that in there. Oh gosh, please fit. I thought that was the right way, but apparently it's not. So I'm going to turn it this way, see if that goes. No. It's cut a specific way, so you have to, there we go. You have to get it the way it was cut back in there.
I don't know if the chat stopped working or if people just stopped talking.
They may have stopped.
See some hearts or something.
You can't do hearts.
Can we see some kind of spam? Some kind of...
Yeah, can somebody type something? We want to make sure I'm still there.
I don't know if...
Thank you, Bobby. Tammy, Bethwin. Say what? With exclamation points. So I know you're there. What do you want? Yeah, I am. I'm actually done. So I'm going to put the lid on my rapid fuse. And put my paints aside. Okay. I might be locked up.
Wait, really?
Yeah, nobody.
No, there's no way.
Nobody said anything, so okay. So now what I have is
oh, there they go. There they go. Okay, there they
okay.
go.
Wait, I think it goes like this. I'm trying to remember how to put this down in here. Yikes! You know what? Because the set came with a new one, it may not fit. I may have to use the new ones. How much time? I only have 5 minutes, so I'm just going to show you what it looks like. And I do have, I'll bet it's because her Glowforge fits her things, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to stain this probably, but this is how this, just so that it matches. This is how this goes on. So you put this in here like so, and then it latches.
Hi, sweet friend.
It lands on. Hey, Kristy. Yeah, that's what it was. So the sign wasn't fitting because that particular one did not come with the wagon. I got the wagon from someone else. So kind of do one of these and put the shovel in here as well, or you can lean the shovel up against the wheel like that when you go to set it up wherever you're going to set it up. And there you have your cute little wagon all set for spring. All set for spring. Please don't apologize, girl. I know I do it to you all the time. Oh, I know. I saw your post about that earlier, so I figured hopefully you're okay to go live later. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. 5 minutes. Well, I'm down to 3 now. Let me show you another one that I bought from Dina real quick. Since make sure you go to Crafty Creators Community to watch the rest of the crafters today. Tammy is up next with Crafty Peep, and her link is pinned in the comments. But this one's more Eastery. It has a banner, so it has this cross banner like this. How cute. I'll probably do the background because it's got the shiplap lines. I'll probably do that white. It has that, and then it has this shiplap kind of cross there. Then whoops, this is all different pieces. All of the little cross, the happy's even separated into different parts. Happy Easter. And then look at this. This is so cute. I know this is like a new expression that they're doing nowadays, but it says 1 cross, 3 nails, 1 cross plus 3 nails, forgiven. And it's a little crooked, but those all have to be glued down. And this all came in the same kit, guys. The tomb was empty, and he is risen. This is burned in by the laser. So when you paint it, it's really gonna pop. But isn't that pretty? And I think, I'm not sure, but I think the letters might get moved down on this a little, and this goes on the top, going in the other direction like that. This is like a little door sign, but miniature, you know what I mean? So cute. So, so cute. Okay. Head on over, there's 1 minute left. Head on over to Crafty Peep or the Crafty Creators Community and watch Tammy, and I will see you all next Wednesday. Have a good evening and God bless. Isn't that cute, Fabi?